Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. I'm Leo. I'm here today with Karen.
Hello.
And we are back with another Tonic tutorial for you where we bring you tips, techniques and tutorials. Today we are bringing you handmade cards with photographs. So today we are looking at making handmade cards and incorporating your photographs into them. So these could be birthday cards, wedding cards, anniversary cards, all of these kinds of things. And look at this amazing project Karen has come up with.
So today I've gone with a wedding card and I have done a triple easel just to show you another way of using dies and photos. We've got this wonderful little frame die set and it just makes using things like photographs so easy. And you can see that there. I've used two of the little frames, two twisted easels, one plain easel on the front, and this is what we're going to be making.
So, as always, if you have any questions or comments as we're going along, pop them into the comments below. We will come back and answer them once the video has gone out. And of course, I can't wait to see what kind of things you do with this too. So, how is this put together?
Right. Put it to one side. So to start, I'm going to use a super trimmer. I'm also going to change my glasses.
Always a good start, yes.
Let's change those. Get something on that I can see. I'm going to use a super trimmer. Let's pop out my little legs.
Convertible,
right. A convertible super trimmer, obviously. Right, so I'm going to use my super trimmer. I've got my scorer and my cutting blade. Usually, if I'm just cutting, I will use a guillotine. But if I'm doing scoring as well, then super trimmer all the way. Every cutting implement we have here has its own little job.
Yes, absolutely. And I prefer different things for
different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm going to pop my scoring blade at the other end there because I don't need that at the moment. And
very important to remember which is which, I always find. How many times have you gone to score something and
you
accidentally
cut
it?
Definitely.
Yes.
Right, so I'm going to cut this card down to 9 inches. So I'm just on my 9-inch line there and scoot that through. There's my scrap. And I'm going for 6 inches in this direction. So we can again just go straight onto the 6 inch. And with 6 inches, I mean up to 6 1/4 here, you've got the lines, the gridded lines as well.
I love that on our
I was going to say that. I just find them so easy to use when you've got that.
You can really see if your cardstock is fully straight down the side
and
or
you
not.
can see that this one is perfectly straight.
Yeah.
So that is good. So I'm just going to scoop that down there. And that's my other bit of scrap, which I think I've used. Yeah, I have used some scrap to do some cutting with later on. So now I need to take this one out.
So you don't accidentally cut anything?
Absolutely. So, you know me too well. So it is literally just push the, you don't even have to take it. Yeah, you just push the bars apart and it's the same when you pop them back in as well. You just pop them in and you can see it just locking into position. But you just separate your bars and take your blade out. Pop that to one side a second. So now I'm going to be scoring. I want to score this in half, so my 6-inch width card is going to be scored at 3 inches. And again, I've got my amazing lines to help me along the way. Lined up with 3 inches there. Am I on screen with that? Yes, I am. Lined up with 3 inches there. I'm just going to bring that down. I do it a couple of times just because I'm using 300 GSM cardstock, which is in...
You want a nice deep score.
I want a nice deep score line, so it's in our ivory white. I'm going to fold that. I'm going to fold it both ways so you know that your score line is nice and secure and creased nicely, you know. I like to go both ways on that. And then I'm going to go back to cutting. So, as you can see on the card, I've got the 3 sections And I did start off with just three 3-inch sections. But then I realised that I needed a little bit of a gap in between the centre ones. So we're going to do that now. So my first section is going to be 3 inches, 3 inches from this side, 3 inches from this side. So I've got the 2 3-inch sections on the ends. But then I'm going to chop out a little 1/4 inch section either side. So my centre one is going to be 2.5 inches. Okay. So I'm going to go, first of all, to my 3-inch line. And remember, I only want to score to this score line. So if you fold your cardstock along that score line, it just makes it easier to see. So I'm going to bring my blade off my cardstock, line up at 3 inches, make sure I know how far I'm going down to. And then I'm just going to bring that down. And you've got these little pointers either side here, and you can see that that is just lined up with my score line. So I'm going to lift that. Then I'm going to take my first 1/4 inch section out. So I'm going to bring that along, just one more line to 3 1/4. And again, I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to come down to that score line, and you can see there's my first little section cut. So we'll do it again. We'll bring it along. Now I can just bring this to 6 inches because I know then that I've got my 3 inches, 3 inches and 3 inches. So I'm going to bring that to 6 inches, and then we'll come back and we'll chop our little section. So there's my 3-inch section there. So that's my 3 3-inch sections, and I'm going to bring that along. So just one line, just always bring it down one line, and that's my 1/4 inch, and that will chop that extra 1/4 inch out of my centre section. So you should have this. I'm going to just take a scissors and chop these two out. I'm not going to bother lining it up on there for such a small thing.
No.
Possibly should have brought one of my nice little scissors down with me, but
we do
there
need to,
you go.
Add a pair of each size in there, don't we?
We do. But this isn't too bad actually, because you can see, just taking it off at the score line there. I mean, you can do this with a knife, whatever you fancy. But because you've got your fold line, you can just take that straight down and snip across at that score line and nip them back out. Oh, we've made a bit of a mess on that one. Let me just tidy that up. There we go. Nice. Okay, one more score. So we put the score blade back in, take this back, take this out because that's all I need to say about that.
I mean, you don't have to. If you feel that you are confident that you know the difference between the two and you're not going to accidentally cut when you need to score, then you don't have to keep switching your blades over. But if you are like us...
The thing is with this, because I'm going to be scoring at an angle as well. I'm rotating. Because I'm going to be scoring at an angle, I'm using quite a lot of the board. Yeah. So I need to get the other one out of the way.
Makes sense.
This one needs to be scored right in the centre here. So that is going to be, let me think, 1.5, because this is my 3-inch section here. So I'm going to need to score that at 1.5. So all I need, put that out of the way in there. All I need to do is line that up with my 1.5 line here. You can just see it all the way along.
You could go to this side, couldn't you?
I could even, last time I did it, I just sort of made sure I was equal either side, because I've got 1.5 here and I've got 1.5 here. So I'm going to lift this up because I don't want to score across there. I just want to drop it in my centre section there and bring that across. And again, just give it a couple of scores just so you know it's going to crease really nicely like that. That's my first one. So my next ones are going to be diagonal, because you could see from the card we made earlier, the 2 frames come in and sit at an angle. So I know I haven't even mentioned the frames. We're just mentioning the card first. I mean, we love an easel.
We do.
Everybody loves an easel.
Even more.
Indeed. And it's such It's I think Geordie likes to call them a mantle pleaser, doesn't she?
Yes, something that you know is going to be up and on display.
Yep.
Long past the event. And probably one that goes into the box.
Into the box. You want one that's going to be kept. So I've just taken my scorer and just scored straight along there. Again, I'm going to do the same this side. So I'm lining up at the top. So I'm putting the point of my cardstock on the...
on the track?
Yeah. On the track there. Yes, you can see that now. So the point is there, and I'm lining up so I can just see where the track is there as well. And I'm going to drop that down and score. And you can bring it down and you can see, am I far enough? No, I'm going to come down a little smidge further. There we go. So we've got our score lines there going straight across diagonally. Now we can move that again. And we can fold these and fold these. There you've got your 2 twisted easels and your 1 normal easel in the centre. There.
Very nice.
Okay. Easy thing to do first. Let's chuck some layers on the base.
Yes.
Just because
it doesn't have all the stuff on it.
Yeah, just because it's the easy thing to do. So we've got some Venetian gold that I've cut to size. So if this was 9 by 3, I've come down 1/4 inch. So we've got 8 3/4 by 2 3/4. Nice. So we'll just get some glue on that.
And these cards are perfect for, I guess, those kind of big occasions.
Yeah.
Like weddings, anniversaries.
Anniversaries, yeah.
Big birthdays even.
Definitely.
Yeah, 21st birthday where you've got a baby picture.
Oh, and a recent one, that would be good.
A recent one, and maybe like a school photo in the middle.
Yeah.
First school picture or something like that.
That's a good one. That really is.
The embarrassing pictures.
The embarrassing pictures. Yeah. Or the one in the bath and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that you put on the top of the 21st birthday cake.
Absolutely. I'm sure parents save those exactly for that reason.
Do you know what? I've got one of Meg and it is absolutely hilarious. I mean, my daughter is not athletic in the slightest. And in primary school, it must have been infants, she was only little, they gave them... in sports day, they gave them hurdles.
Right.
The hurdle is this high.
Oh.
She fell over it.
Oh, bless her.
And I've got an action shot. She's just going, that's going on your cake.
Brilliant, I love it.
Right, so my next layer, I'm using coffee cream and I've come down 1/4 inch again. So 9, 8 3/4, so this is 8 1/2.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 3, 2 3/4, 2 1/2.
Nice.
Okay.
Sizable book card.
Yeah.
So kids these days, they have all of those horrific moments recorded because
Yeah.
everyone always has a camera in their pocket. Whereas for me, obviously I grew up in the cameras had film in them age, and you didn't carry them around with you generally. So if funny things like that happened and it wasn't
Tended
a camera
to miss, yeah.
I didn't have to have terrible photos on my 21st cake.
Very funny though, isn't it? I actually didn't put it on a 21st cake either. It was so nice. I got a nice cake made instead. Okay, let's put the pin back in my glue because I don't want that to set. I'm going to put a layer on my centre panel.
Mm-hmm.
So this ended up being 2 1/2 by 3 inches because we took that 1/4 inch off each side there. So this is 2 1/2 by 3 inches, and then my layer is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I'll just layer those together as well and pop those on because they are done and the glue can be drying. Oh, do you see the mistake I've just made?
No.
I've glued all the way around.
Oh,
no, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
There's
it's
no
fine.
mistake.
It's the front one. It's the front one. We're okay. It's this one I've got to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I put the glue onto the base, not onto the
yeah,
layer,
that's
right?
what I'm gonna do. Oh man. See, dreadful. Okay, so because I don't want to get this glue where I don't need it, I'm just gonna put it there because we want it to glue and
So it
stick
stands
to
up.
the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, if you glued the whole thing, you wouldn't have that easel.
I would not.
I
would have a flat piece of card in the centre.
Yeah.
Again, that's really nice. I've seen that as well. So it wouldn't have been such a problem, but it's not what I had designed. So there we go. Now, rather than just putting photographs straight on these, I thought we'd use the little frame.
Ooh.
And that was the reason that I needed this gap down the side, because the little frame, which is this one here, I'm going to let my layers dry now, so that can just go to one side. The little frame is, little memories frame, sorry, is a one cut frame.
I love it. I absolutely love this.
I know. A one cut frame cuts the centre out and everything. It's amazing. It can fit in your carousels if you've got a carousel, but
it's a perfect little addition for fronts of cards.
Yes.
Inside memory books, the fronts of memory books.
Yeah, it's
Anything
really,
like that.
really good and perfect for these as well. Instead of using actual photos, what I've used is one of these sheets.
And these are commonly known in the craft room as the pretty babies.
Even though there's no babies on this one.
No.
A
lot of these
the
sheets that we
wedding
have do have cute babies on
They
them.
do,
but,
they do. This was
they are known as
the pretty babies. This was one I just thought I'd make a nice wedding card. I didn't fancy having my face plastered all over it.
No. Do
No.
we use our pictures?
No.
Okay,
No.
fair enough.
So I thought I would just use the pretty babies,
Pretty babies.
but the wedding sheet. So just for you to see, not for you to think, oh, I wonder who that is. It's a nice copyright-free.
It's someone that we don't know.
Absolutely.
We probably got married like 20 odd years ago, honestly.
I would think so. I would think so. I've also cut some flowers because we're going to need them for our stops and things, and I've just layered them up. These flowers, again, are out of the little frame set. So you can see here we've got this nice one. I didn't use the backing panel because I didn't need it. And this one. So I've just cut lots of those and layered them. Cut some mirror ones. And some pearl.
And it's always nice to have, like, if you ever make little flowers like this, cut more than you need.
Yeah.
And then keep them in a box somewhere in your craft room. It's always handy, I think, to have a stash of flowers pre-cut and ready to go.
Thinking about it, I should have dotted them as well. If I had thought about properly, I could have put crystal drops in the centre. But now I'll probably end up, when I go back upstairs, I'll probably just put some sequins in or something. If you haven't got time for a crystal drop to dry, and I mean, it's devastating when you haven't, you can just pop a sequin or something in the centre, and that is handy as well. So I've taken the pretty babies that are not babies, and I've just cut them down. I've already decorated the front of my frame, and I started to glue it together upstairs. Stupidly, because I wanted to show you how it went together. So I stopped. All I'd done was I glued these two little tabs inside there. I haven't done anything else. Folded it all. Thought, I know, I'll get all my layers stuck on out of the way. So I've done my layers, but then I stuck those as well. On both, obviously.
Of course.
Of course. So these are the two photographs I've chosen. So we've got the nice getting married, and we've got the nice just married. So we're going to glue these into the centre here. You have got this die attached. If you did want to make your photograph the exact size, you could just pop this on and cut. But I thought, do you know what? You can see down the sides a little bit. So I thought I'm just going to fill the whole
because it's quite a deep frame, you do see into the edges, don't you?
Yeah. So I'm just going to glue these on in both of my frames. Didn't put the thing on my glue, did I? Both of my frames.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Now we're alright. You're alright. There we go. Pop that in there. And I'm just going to put that on the back panel. Just there. To one side.
Very important when you're making this frame to put your picture in before you assemble it.
Yeah.
If you are using a photo that is the same size as the opening, in theory you can slot it in and glue it in after the fact.
It's just easier to do it like this. You just pop your frame, pop your picture on the back of the frame there. Check that it lines up nicely. and you're away. There's no point in making it any more difficult for yourself, I don't think. If you do have a smaller photograph, line it up, cut a layer.
Yeah, and so you can always like mat and layer it in the back so that you do have something around the edge.
That's right. So, but I think these fit really nicely in there. So I'm just gonna glue the rest of this together. I've got some tape on these just to be that little bit quicker. I'm going to pop this on. No, I'm going to stick these in first. I always forget which order to put it together.
Only because it's slightly angled, so you would have a terrible time trying to get those in after you'd put
the only good
on.
thing is you can get your finger in there just to push that down. So I'm going to do this one as well. Oops, see, I'd already glued it in. Right. And then we pop this one down there and push from the centre. I don't like using tape.
I don't, especially with things like this. I always stress that I'm not going to get it in exactly the right place, and then boom, that's it.
It is. It is. I mean, you could always slide your photograph in from now, couldn't you?
You could.
When you think of it, that's quite a good thing to do. So then I'm going to glue these to this one. So there's my other little tabs there. Pop a little bit of glue on either, and then we can hold them both, hopefully, she says.
Sure.
Try that.
Probably will work. Maybe. We need some elevator music. Drawing music.
And this is why I used tape on the rest of it, because I didn't want to be holding it.
Especially since you've made it out of pearl.
Exactly. Exactly. So that has held. So we're going to go for it. And we're going to seal our frame up.
I would offer to do the other one for you while you're doing it, but I am concerned that I would mess it up, so I'd rather not. Honestly.
I'm going to let you struggle. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, basically.
Right, so here's my other frame. I'm just going to do exactly the same again. Push that in. And again with this one, take the tape, release paper off.
So you've rotated your frames. So when they go into the carousel, they go in with the wedges on the
sideways.
Yeah.
But I've done mine this way just because it sits nicely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
let's see where you were going with that one.
Yeah, cool. I know, I'm looking at this. Is the first time I've made one of these frames, by the way. I hadn't made one before.
Who did packaging? Oh, I did.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was a very long time ago. Slept since then.
Yeah, we used shilpas.
We did,
because we didn't have time to make a
whole new carousel. No.
So we used shilpas because we could match up the colours nicely.
Giving away all our secrets.
I know. But there's my last one. Oh, that isn't glued awfully well there. Hold him down again. Push that one down. And we are sealed. Okay, nice. So there's my two frames. I told you this was going to be a quick one, didn't I? So we will glue these on. So again, you're only gluing where it's going to be showing frontwards. Shall I turn that around so you can see it from that camera as well? So what you'll see is you'll have this one in the centre with your sentiment on. And then these two, you're going to be putting your frames here. So I'm going to glue the first one, and I always check which way around they need to be.
Yeah, don't glue your pretty babies upside down.
Absolutely not. So I know now that my frame needs to go here. And I'm going to put some glue around the outside, around the outside.
I guess if they live in Australia, you could maybe get away with it.
They could if they wanted to. So let's pop that down and line it up where it's going to sit. So I can see from the back there, I need that to line up to the corner. It's all got to be straight and the angle's got to be right. So you can see I've got that there glued into position. Push it down a bit. And we'll do the same with this one. So that's going to be like, not like that, like that. So that's going to fold like that. Oh, please tell me I've done that right. Yes. Awful feeling. Awful feeling. I do not want to start this again. So, again. Yes. I've had a few false starts with my Tuesday tutorial this week. And then I thought I wasn't going to be here. And then we've had fun and games with this one. It was very funny. I thought, oh, Leo's going to kill me.
No.
So we've got that just in position there. So we'll hold him down. The reason I needed this gap was because both of the frames are angled.
Yeah.
So that's why if you were doing a normal one of these with flat frames on the front, you wouldn't need to chop that centre piece down. And you can have 3-inch sections.
I quite like this one. Look at it.
I quite like that as well. I've never done that before, so that is very nice. It's a new one for me. So there's my frames.
Beautiful.
On my easels.
Do you want me to press them for a moment?
I know, I'm just wondering which way do I need them pressed, because I'm going to need them to stand nicely. So, do I need them pushed down that way so that my line creases a bit more? This is what I should have done anyway, to be honest with you. I should have burnished that centre score line.
And with the pointy side
with
as well.
The pointy side, yes. I like my pointy side.
Me too.
And I shall do this one as well. Just burnish that score line. And then they should stand, yeah, they're going to stand better now, aren't they?
Nice.
So, there you go. Yes. Now we're going to decorate the centre. And what I've done for this is I've got another die set. Have I got the die set? Yes, I have.
That was a definite owl moment.
Go
just like patting
me.
all of the things around you.
Go me. And I'm going to do this as well. Because I do not want that to block.
No.
So what I've done is I have used one of these. This is called Special Occasion Sentiments Always and Forever. So that's the one I've used. Always and Forever. You've got another choice on here as well. It says on your special day, which would again have been a nice one to use. Yeah. But I just went for that one. Always and Forever. This one here. Oops. This one here. And I've cut it. It's a verso die, so I've cut the outer edge in cream. Then I cut the outer edge in gold and in coffee cream. And I cut the detail die into the gold and the coffee cream. And when I drop shadowed, I did have a little bit of gold sticking out. And I can't have that.
No, trim.
Trim. So I trimmed that away, and I'm going to get my 3D foam pads and put that on.
Yeah, whenever we uppy down your sentiment, you'll always end up with a bit overlapping somewhere. And unless I'm doing a sentiment, you're like one of the ones that is a whole word, and I leave the excess on that one. But if it's in a frame or something like that, I will trim around the edges.
Definitely, always trim around the edges. So, and we've got this nice mat to put this on, so we can put plenty of foam pads on. We need some bigger ones down here, by the way.
We do.
We've only got the little ones left.
So we might be out of luck until then you come back in.
Oh, we are out. Okay, so there's my foam pads. That'll be enough to put that in there. I'll take my release paper off these. Chat amongst yourselves. There's loads of fun.
Elevator music once again. A little bit of that in here.
Definitely.
I do like these dies though. They're very nice.
They're lovely. I mean, we had special occasion frames, and that's where these came into play because we had alternative sentiments to go with them.
Got you.
So that is my Always and Forever. It's going to fit nicely in the centre there. Just there, over a bit.
Nice.
So now we can put our stops into position because we need to hold these back so they'll hold up and stand up nicely. So I like this one to be a little bit more forward, and I like to push these back quite a lot so they stand nicely. So let's do that. Move this out of the way. So for my stops, I'm going to be using the flowers, and I've got my trusty cordless glue gun because I didn't plug the other one in.
Yes. Basically that.
Oopsies. So I'm going to do the centre first, I think. So that can come forward. So we'll pop one there. Oops. We're alright.
You're alright.
We're alright. So I'll put that one in first and he can go just there. That's my main stop into position. I'm going to use the other flowers as well. The only thing with a glue gun, you do get strings.
I tend to go in with my little fine scissors.
Oh, do you?
Snip around the strings,
I just
I find quite often it keeps pulling.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, the handkerchief trick from the sleeve.
I think I might put these ones in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have the shiny one there, and I'm going to have these ones here.
Makes sense.
Let's put a little bit on that. You only need a tiny smidge.
Make sure you don't glue them to the frame accidentally as
Yes.
well. You want the frame to still be free.
Moving free, yeah.
Otherwise you can't fold it flat, obviously.
Get another string off there. Oh, look at these all turning on my glue strings. Well. And this one again, and then we'll fill in with some more flowers.
You can never have too many.
Absolutely not. See, are we level? Shall I take that one out the way? And I might be able to judge it by eye. So we went about central, didn't we? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not bad, I don't think.
No, looks good.
We've got that held up. Okay, so let's have a look. What are the flowers we want to put on now? Stay.
This is a lovely way to use photographs in a card project, though. I think pop-ups or stand-ups or anything like that where the photograph is kind of front and centre.
We saw when we were doing some
research.
Yes, we saw a lot of different pop-up. Thank you very much. A lot of different pop-up cards.
So many.
And we were playing with the measurements, and we did so much. And then I thought, how am I gonna incorporate a frame? I couldn't get the frame to work in it, and I knew I wanted to use the frame. So that was the reason that we came up with this. So we'll pop that and another little one there. And we'll pop that and another little one there, I think. Yeah, I think that's nice. That. 3 on each.
Nice.
Lovely.
Always.
So we'll do that. Yeah, you've got your rule of 3s.
Yeah.
It's got to be an odd number for a start. So if it's not 3, it's going to be 5. So but I think 3 will be plenty for this one. So pop that there. And a little one in front there. I have lots of strings on this one. I've let my glue go too cold. There we go. Is that one off? I can see another one there. I mean, I'm amazed I can see them, to be fair. My eyesight's shocking. There we go. Alright, I'll have this. Oh, that's a lot of glue. Let's take some off that.
Share it out.
Yeah, that's why I had so much last time. We'll put that to the side there, and one in front. There. And we've got a lovely... Yeah, thank you. I think that's enough. I don't know, should I...
Oh, do you want to put one on the top of the frame?
I was thinking that, but they're both different colours.
And you've got 2. You'd need 3 if you were going to do that, I think.
No, I was just going to put it on the corner here, which I think would be lovely, but they're 2 different colours. Shall I do it anyway?
Do it anyway. So, I would say use the gold one on this side.
And yeah.
No, other way around.
The other way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Come on, glue. There we go. So I'm going to use my last flower. That one there.
I mean, I would be decorated, honestly. Tempted to decorate all the way down the edge.
I know. They're so lovely.
I love these little flowers.
And they're just quick to do. I've literally just got the Crafters Toolkit. A Floral Crafters Toolkit. And I have... Get rid of that in a minute. Lovely, thank you very much. I'll just put that back in my monkey pot. As you do. Doesn't everybody have a monkey pot for their glue gun?
Absolutely. I mean, mine hangs over the back of my
it does.
dye stand.
It does.
Drips hot glue everywhere. But
yeah. So that is... oh, thank you. Sorry, I have finished. So that is my triple easel. So you've got your 2 angled easels there, twisted easels, and your main centre one is your normal easel card.
Very nice. If we just pop this this way a little bit, just so you can
oh
see
yeah,
that.
I need to change my glasses because I can't see the screen now.
Hopefully that is now in focus there.
There you go.
That looks good, I reckon. That is
Better.
absolutely lovely. I really, really like that. Awesome. So
Another
it's a
one
lovely way of using photographs
It
on a
is.
card.
It is.
Really, really like it.
Yeah, because
If
we've
you
got
want
that
to, you
frame.
could put a third one in the middle too.
You could. You certainly could. I just wanted to make it look like it was going to be a card, you know. So
Yeah.
you've got the sentiment there, and so yeah, I just wanted to give it that little bit of effort. That yeah, I think you can just see it, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
With the flowers as well.
Really
Always
love
and always and forever. Yes, always and forever. I couldn't remember what it was.
That sounds about right. So I hope you have enjoyed this. As we said at the beginning, if you have had any questions or you've got any comments on what we've done today, pop them into the comments below. We will come back and answer them for you once the video has gone out. If you have enjoyed this video, please give us a little thumbs up.
Cheeky little thumbs up.
Make sure you're subscribed to our channel and hit that notification bell.
Ding.
So you'll be notified every time we post a new video. No Tonic tutorial next week. We're a little bit busy next week.
We are. I wonder what's happening next week.
So you're going to want to make sure you're definitely subscribed to our channel for that.
Yes. We may be live quite a lot.
Quite
a lot.
Don't forget as well, if you give this project a try or are inspired by this and you create it into something else wonderful, do tag us in your mix. Show us what you've been doing. You can pop those over on our official Facebook group, or we are across social media at Tonic Studios, and you can use the hashtag #ShowTonic to show us what you have been doing. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll see you all again very soon.
Happy crafting!